after casting their votes. At the end of the voting exercise, all the ballot boxes will be gathered together and sorted in the names of the aspirants. After the sorting out, the ballot of each aspirant will be counted, and the aspirant with the highest number of votes will be declared winner. Aspirants who decided to withdraw must inform the election committee, publicly announce their withdrawal, and sign the withdrawal form. Thereafter, there will be a translation in Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo for delegates who may not be conversant with the instructions as stated in the English language. I thank our party, and I thank Mr. President, and I thank all our leaders that are gathered here this evening, and I want to assure them that the Election Management Committee, and as part of the Convention Management Committee, will do its very best to ensure that whatever the result so declared will meet with the highest standard expected of our party. Thank you. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. So, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting set for the main business of the day. But we cannot go on if we are not seated. So may I appeal to everybody to please take their seats. We're going to have some entertainment, but in between that, we expect everybody to be seated. If we're not seated, we're not going to start, because we want to be free, fair, open, and transparent. And while we do that, we'll be calling on every aspirant who will be talking to us before the voting begins. As Governor Bagudu told us, we have 23 aspirants, and I'll call their names. When we're going to start, we'll call you in batches of 4 to come and talk to us and tell us exactly why you want to be President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria after President Muhammadu Buhari. So these are the names. His Excellency, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban Bogu, and we are calling the names in alphabetical order. We have His Excellency Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, who is the current Senate President. His Excellency Senator Ahmed Sani Yerima, former Governor of Zamfara State. His Excellency Senator Ajayi Robert Borofis, current Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade, Governor of Cross River State. His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi, Governor of Ebonyi State. His Excellency Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Honorable Emeka Nwajuba, immediate past Minister of State for Education. His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, former Governor of Akwa Ibom State and former Minister of the Niger Delta Affairs. His Excellency Senator Ibikunle Amosu, former Governor of Ogun State and current serving Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Governor of Ekiti State. His Excellency Senator Ken Enamani, former Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency Alhaji Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar, Governor of Gawa State. His Excellency Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, former Governor of Abia State and former Rivers State and current Minister of Transportation. His Excellency Senator Rochas Okorocha, former Governor of Imo State. Pastor Nicholas Nwago, Mr. Jack Rich Tain, His Excellency Governor Yahaya Bello, Governor of KOKO State, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and current Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Ike-Obasi Nokelu, and finally, and coincidentally, the only woman in the team, but her name starts with a U, so that's why she's number 23 on the list, Barrister Mrs. Uju Kennedy Oheye. So, Your Excellencies, those are the 23 aspirants. They'll be talking to us. But before then, we'll cool our nerves a bit with some entertainment by the one and only Sir Shina Peters. I hope you're ready. But please take your seats, please. If you don't sit down, we're not going to start the program. So please, everybody, you should be seated in your various states, because we're going to be free, fair, and transparent. And nobody should cover the polling booth. So please, please take your seats. Once this is over, the aspirants speak to us, we're going to start the voting. Nobody should be standing in front of the booth. And we're going to be very strict.
APC. If it not be APC, if it not be APC, I know they vote any other party. I know they vote. If it not be APC, I know they vote any other party. I know they vote. Now we dey put our rights in. We trade that money, market women they happy. Kuku rolling everywhere. Train they work from start to nothing. Go wherever, back home never. APC is the only solution. Mama, Papa, shine your eyes in. Brother, sister, shine your eyes in. Everybody shine your eyes in. APC is the only solution. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. Now we dey put our rights in. We trade that money, market women they happy. Kuku rolling everywhere. Train they work from start to nothing. Go wherever, back home never. APC is the only solution. Mama, Papa, shine your eyes in. Brother, sister, shine your eyes in. Everybody shine your eyes in. APC is the only solution. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote any other party. Me I know they vote.
Àfojújù lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ ṣé o, ẹ ṣé o, ẹ ṣé o, ẹ ṣé o. Àfojújù lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ o ẹ ṣe o. Ṣínà Peter ló lápòjújú. Àpòjújú o, ìfẹ́ ti ṣe o.
Ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ́ lẹ́yìn ni. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kí ló pè ní creator?
Olùdásílẹ̀.
Mo ní kí ló pè ní founder?
Olùdásílẹ̀.
Olúwa Ṣínà Peters, olùdásílẹ̀ Àpòjújú. Àti sọ̀dọ́lẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ayé òde pátá dáradà wọ́pọ̀ ní fọwọ́ ọrùn sẹ́yìn ni. Àsìkò àwa yóò rè ó kọyé bí inú wa.
Ọ̀ṣọ́ ni yọ̀ ṣàgbó. Kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa dùdù tàbí kọrin àpòjù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa dùdù tàbí kọrin àpòjù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. Oníkọlà jẹ́ ó ṣe òun ọmọ Pétérù ti dé o. Ṣínà Peter tó lápòjújú. Àpòjújú o, ìfẹ́ ti ṣe o.
Right now,
We are ready to play music, we are ready o.
I say right now,
We are ready to play music, we are ready o.
Mini right now.
We are ready to play music.
Thank
we
you
are
very
ready,
much. Thank you, Sir Shina Peters.
I want to play.
Thank you.
o. Want to dance?
Love you.
Let's put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Ever fresh.
Love you.
We have a line of actors to entertain us before we go into the election proper. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage Ekwe, another old school that is fresh forever. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen. The next artist to perform, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You remember the songs way back? They ruled the airwaves, entertained us. We went back to bring them because Nigeria, APC is about unity, togetherness and progress of this country. Whatever happens, whatever it takes to bring us together as a people, sure, APC is right for it. Ladies and gentlemen, Danfo Driver on stage.
Yeah, yo, KOKO.
Yeah, man. Frebo. Who be nuts where they knock for your door? If you know you are happy, let me see your hand. Everybody, let me see your hand. Yo, KOKO. Jano, oh, Papa Mo. Lord, I am crying down to my soul. As I will never let you go because I know the G-Soro. I am a Danfo driver. Shebi, you be Danfo driver. DJ, if you are ready, just drop it.
Yeah, yo, KOKO. Jano, oh, Papa Mo.
Hey! Hold on, DJ, hold on. I said if you are happy, just wave your hand. I want to see everybody hand. Today is our day. Let's enjoy ourselves. Anybody will plan bad for us? Holy Ghost! Select a party, just drop. I beg, if you know you love our president, please can I see your hand in the air? It's not easy. We are here to show love, understand? Because from Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, anywhere you come from, we are one love, and God bless you, and God bless you. Selector. Better go. Okay, no worries. 2 minutes, I go do this one. Are you ready, DJ? Iye me. Mama, iye me. God bless you.
Very much, Danford drivers. Thank you. Can we have the ambassadors of Change Initiative come for the peace song? At this time in our nation, we need peace being preached to us. I'd like to quickly call on the president and convener of the ambassadors of Change Initiative, Bala Ahmed and Zach Oji, to please come up with their members for the peace song. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, please.
If it not be APC, me I know they vote. Any other party, me I know they vote. If it not be APC, me I know they vote. Any other party, me I know they vote. No.
By himself. Yes.
Thank you, ambassadors of Change Initiative. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Aren't we just blessed as a nation? One Nigeria, indeed. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we're now moving to the real business of this evening. It's going to be a long night, but I'm sure we're all prepared for it. Your Excellencies, sirs and ma'ams, we're now going to call the aspirants who are going to come on stage to tell us in 2 minutes why they want to take over from our President Muhammadu Buhari. So like I said in alphabetical order, may I call on His Excellency Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu to please come alone. Please, all aspirants, you are coming alone to the stage. Please, DJ, wait. Please, only the aspirants will be allowed to pass through to the stage. Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, Senator Ahmed Sani Yerima, Senator Ajayi Robert Borofis will be doing it in batches of 4. So can we call on the 4 of you aspirants to please come to the stage. Each aspirant will be allowed to speak for 2 minutes. Thank you very much. DJ.
Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, GCON. The Senate President, Senator Amaman, of our great party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu. My dear, loving and beautiful wife, distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, executive governors here present, particularly the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, National Assembly members here present, State House of Assembly members here present, distinguished national delegates, all ANEC observers, distinguished APC members, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as members of all Progressive Congress, gather both in celebration and in stand the occasion, we now stand before all Nigerians. We have always said this party may well be the last best hope for Nigeria to attain its finest destiny. Thus, we shall use this confession to show the world that APC celebrate democracy by faithfully participating in it. Soon, we will freely and fairly nominate the person to follow President Buhari as our next standard bearer. For you delegates, this is a heavy responsibility. I know you will meet this duty with the seriousness it deserves. The convention also marked the end of the first phase of year 2023 election cycle. This primary season has been one of intense competition among those who aspire to the nomination. I commend competition will make us better as a party. By today's end, you will have selected parties candidates. We definitely want to see a great process to win. We must emerge from today a unified force, focused on the cooperation and shared victory. As President Buhari has said, our party's objective must be to triumph in the next year's general election at all levels. The candidate you select must deliver victory in the national election and have the personal gravity and national recognition to pull us through to victory in the state and local government elections as well. He must instill a sense of victory and confidence. Moreover, the candidate must unite Nigerians of all walks of life from all parts of the country. He must have the experience must have the experience, leadership, knowledge, and extensive personal contact to steer the diverse, complicated Nigeria through this challenging period, a dynamic world. The other candidates are all good men and women, but I sincerely believe I am the person this moment called for. I have the experience. I led the transformation of Lagos from a dangerous, unwelcoming place in 1999 to a clean, safe, and vibrant place and the 5th largest economy in Africa today. I am a serious man with a serious purpose, and I will use all that I know and all my abilities to benefit our people. I'm a unified leader. I have constructed a formidable political structure, one that has delivered electoral victory after electoral victory. I do not put myself forward because I think this is the nomination in Nigeria. I step forward because I believe I can lead our party towards the brightest future. I have expertise, my record of corporate leadership, my financial expert, my experience as an executive governor of Lagos make me unique among all other aspirants, giving me the requisite skill to accelerate the progressive reform that will change the face of our national economy. I can not, on this day, talk of a brighter and prosperous future without declaring my determination to fight terrorism and insecurity to the very end. I mourn the lives already lost, proud to do everything possible to ensure justice and forever erase terror from our land. Today, you decide our presidential nominee. Let me be the man who can best articulate the vision of progress and development, then implement it. Let us always honor the promise of the APC, the promise we made to Nigeria. I humbly ask you to nominate me as the party's presidential candidate because I am confident, competent, courageous, and ready to start from day one. God bless you. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Standing on the existing protocols, without much ado, can we have your attention, please? Can we have your attention, please? I'd like you to pay attention. Please, supporters should please remain in your pavilions. Delegates, remain in your pavilions. Supporters are not allowed to come to the stage, neither should they come anywhere close to the stage. The next aspirant to speak would like that this fizzles out very quickly before we invite the next aspirant. such that we'll be able to pay attention to the message that will be coming from the aspirant in question. We crave your indulgence to please support us. Give us some moment, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Otito, Ejo, I want supporters. Otito Bayon. Thank you so much. Eshekupo. Thank you very much. Just as Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu Ashwaju is walking back to the pavilion, may I, at this juncture, with all humility and respect, invite the next aspirant. And the next aspirant to address this convention, this special convention, is none other, ladies and gentlemen, than His Excellency, most distinguished Senator Ahmad Ibrahim Lawan, PhD, CON, Sardaunan Bade, President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Vice President, very distinguished and honorable Speaker, distinguished party chairman or national chairman, distinguished Senator Abdullahi Adamu Turakin Kefi, other members of the National Working Committee, the Deputy President of the Senate, the Deputy Speaker, distinguished and honored members of the National Assembly present, our elders of the party, my brothers and sisters, the youth and women, very distinguished special delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, good evening, everyone. Your Excellency, tonight we are making history. Our great party, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, is making history. Next year, 29th May 2023, Mr. President, your tenure would have been full cycle, and by the grace of God, it will be. This event is a special event for us to elect the next person to fly the flag of our party in next year's presidential election, by the grace of God. Your Excellency, you have provided great deal of leadership in governance and in the running of our party. That's why we are here. This administration from 2015 to date, under your to fly the flag of our party, to stand on such a very solid and strong foundation. And we are very proud of your achievements in the last 7 years. Your Excellency, you have provided leadership for this party, even when it will appear like we have difficulties looking insurmountable. The moment you step in, things go on to be straight and streamlined. And this is how APC will be, that APC will always be strong because you have set it on a very strong pedestal. Your Excellency, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am running for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because I believe that this party has been built well around ideals that all of us here share. Today, we are proud that having sustained our economy, that despite all the difficulties in the world, our economy is still experiencing growth. Your Excellency, please. Your Excellency, we have dealt with insecurity in the Northeast. Even though we have some challenges in the Northwest particularly, I believe that the way and manner we dealt with Northeast insurgency is the same way that we will deal and conquer the banditry and kidnapping in the Northwest and some parts of North Central. Distinguished delegates, let me say that you are a special set of Nigerians who are saddled with the responsibility and task of electing the next president of Nigeria, our country. My belief is there cannot be any higher and more important responsibility than electing the president that will lead this country in the next 4 years from 2023. I will therefore appeal to you that look very closely, ensure that we elect someone who will ensure that the achievements so far by our administration are consolidated and others continued. I am of the parliament. I come from the parliament. I am a parliamentarian. Having spent 23 years in the National Assembly, having chaired very strategic committees of agriculture and education, having chaired the very important oppositional committee or Public Accounts Committee, having served as chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense, having served as the majority leader of the Senate, and serving as the president of the Senate by the grace of God, I am eminently qualified. Distinguished delegates, let me tell you that worldwide, the developed democracies are run by parliamentarians. Developed democracies are governed by parliamentarians mainly. If you go to parliamentary systems, the Prime Minister is always an elected parliamentarian. If you go to the US and similar democracies, senators and members of Congress run the country. Today's president in the US, the President Biden, was in the Senate of the United States of America. President Obama was also a senator in the Senate of the United States of America. I have acquired sufficient experience working very closely with the Mr. President, our dear President, as the presiding officer and chairman of the National Assembly. I have learned a lot, and by the grace of God, if you elect me this night, I will continue and consolidate those massive achievements Mr. President and the APC administration have achieved. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless the APC. APC! 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 Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly. The next aspirant to address this august gathering at this occasion, this epoch-making event, is none other than the former governor of Zamfara State and former senator, once a senator, always a senator, Senator Sani Ahmed Yerima.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الحمد لله الذي مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء إن ربي لغفور رحيم. Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief Alhaji Muhammadu Buhari, TCFR, our First Lady, the wife of Mr. President, the Vice President, and our National Chairman of our great party, all other protocols duly observed. Mr. President, before you are elected in 2015, this country was facing very serious security challenge. Everybody knows about the menace of Boko Haram. When you came in, you promised the country that you are going to have 3-point agenda: to fight insecurity, fight corruption, and work very hard to improve on our economy. The Boko Haram, before you came in, all of us, both Muslims and Christians, have to be screened before we enter places of worship. But today, all that is history. On the economy, you did your best, because the BDP, when they were in power, the price of crude oil rose up to $140 per barrel. When you came in, the country witnessed downturn on the price and came as low as $30 per barrel. If it were not you, I didn't know what would have happened in this country. I'm presenting myself today to the nation, to APC, and to our distinguished delegates, because I believe that the current trend of new security challenges, of armed banditry and kidnappings, are just new to us. And I believe that with concerted effort by recruiting more security personnel, improvement in their welfare, and making sure that adequate equipment are provided, the security challenge will also be a thing of the past. We have high-level poverty. Every leader in this country, in this world, must make sure that nobody, no Nigerian, sleep hungry. I intend to make sure that I come up with robust economic, fiscal, and monetary policies to assist. The education sector is given due attention. Now every child of Nigeria must be given free and compulsory education up to secondary school level, and we are going to introduce student loans board so that every child from either poor family or rich family can access loan to make sure that he pay for his tuition fees and maintenance to acquire education in this country. I will not bother you too much. I have only 2 minutes. I will urge the delegates to look at every candidate, every aspirant, and make sure they elect somebody who will deliver. Thank you very much, and God bless all.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Senator Ahmed Sani Yarima. At this juncture, please, any artist that is not performing on the stage at this point should please leave the stage for the time being. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the next aspirant to address this august gathering is none other than the Deputy Leader of the Senate, distinguished Senator Robert Ajayi-Boroughiss. I'd like us to welcome him to the podium with a round of applause. Senator Ajayi-Boroughiss, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, the First Lady, Your Excellency, Aisha Buhari, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Chairman of our party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Burakin Kebi, and Sri Kinyanki, Honorable Ministers, Executive Governors, distinguished delegates, and members of our respected party. Today is an auspicious occasion and a determining moment, not only for our party, but for our nation. In 2013, the APC was established as a progressive party with commitment to national unity, to progress, and to the socio-economic development of our country. Within 8 years of our government, under the able leadership and guidance of our President, Muhammad Buhari, the APC has made tremendous and remarkable progress in all sectors of our economy. Mr. President, I want to acknowledge the great work you have done in the infrastructure sector, completing the rail from Lagos to Ibadan, the rail from Abuja to Kaduna, the completion of the second Niger bridge, and many other infrastructural developments. My decision to come out to run for the highest office in the country is to build and move forward. I am putting my administration on four-point agenda: security, the economy, education, and anti-corruption crusade. These four-point agenda are drawn from our medium-term national development plan. And I believe that the 8 priorities of this plan, if well implemented, will lead this country to higher heights. I am selling myself to Nigerians, to our party, to the delegates. I have never lost any election. I'm serving my 3 terms in the Senate, and I've served on several committees: Navy, Education, Works, Science and Technology, and many others. At the moment, I am the Deputy Senate Leader. I started my adult career as an academician, and I reached the apex of my career as a professor, and even climbing the ladder of administration. I moved on to bureaucracy when I was appointed the Director General of the National Space Research and Development Agency for 3 terms on Senate. In my tenure, I have impacted on my senatorial district, building 5 hospitals, building 5 skill acquisition centers, building roads, establishing some industries like cashew processing unit and many other industries. I have the experience, I have the knowledge, I have the capability. It is time for us to bring science and technology into the mainstream of our socio-economic policy, because the difference between the developed country and the developing countries and other countries, will be voting for integrity, will be voting for transparency and useful purpose in the administration of this country. I want to thank you, and I bless Nigeria. Long live Nigeria, long live our party. APC!
Your Excellencies, would like to thank all the aspirants who have come out. Would like to call the next 4. Would like to apologize that we need to stick to time. I know that each of you have very rich credentials and you are eminently qualified to lead the country, but you can't say it in 2 minutes. The next 4 would be, first, His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade should please step out to the podium. Would also like to call His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi, the Governor of Ebonyi. Would also like to invite His Excellency Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, the former Speaker of the House of Reps, to also come, and then to make how they feel passionately about this country. And if we cut you off, please don't take it personal. You can say the bit that you can, and I'm sure the delegates will make the best choice. Please, would like to invite all 3, and please make all 4 of them, make way for them to come so that we can take them in the order. I repeat, His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade, the Executive Governor of Cross River, will be the first to speak for exactly 2 minutes. And then he'll be followed by the Executive Governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi. The third to speak would be Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, who would speak, and then to round up this last 4, we have Honorable Emeka Nwaju. Would also like to urge our very respected aspirants that please kindly stand on all existing protocol. Kindly stand on existing. Your Excellency, His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, great party men and women. My name is Senator Professor Ben Ayade, the Governor of... I present myself as a great intellect with a long-standing background in academics, in the Senate, and now as Governor. I understand the challenges of a third world economy. I understand the security challenges of this nation with the concept of Afghanistanism, the collapse of Afghanistan, and the ambition of ISWAP and Boko Haram to take over Nigeria, recognizing our vast natural resource. It is obvious clearly that there's also an international connectivity, iconoclastic of some sort, with a conspiratorial theory that the vast wealth of the coltan deposit, diamond and platinum that we have, with the concomitants of our challenges, they believe that opportunity has come for them to colonize Nigeria and to drive out Christians and Muslims alike, because they believe that their God-given territory is the West African province. As a country, we must be united by the resolve to address the security challenge of this nation. Therefore,
My proposal when I become president of this country, to use a satellite videography, because the use of the contact approach, the physical military approach is insufficient in a modern warfare. Nigeria at this point, therefore, will require a defense pact of a known occupation origin, a defense pact to share military intelligence, a defense pact that would allow you opportunity to use unoccupied drone technology for the attack of terrorists. We must realize that I am the governor of Cross River State who refused to sign the anti-grazing law because I thought it was offending the trades of headsmen. I am one governor who have stood and have united this nation. I am one governor who believes in the fact that this country can only be united if we address the challenges of our security system. The most critical aspect as well is education and agriculture. The moral miasma and decadence that have characterized our university system, occasioned by the failed structure due to poor remuneration, has of course dovetailed into a challenge where young people come out of university without the Kantianics, without the morality, without the kinetics of good conscience. I come as a professor with a long-standing experience who will bring back education, restore the glory and value and dignity of knowledge. All over the world, the world has migrated into technology and knowledge-driven administration. Nigeria cannot be different. I believe that this country must show that the black man does not think from the stomach. If you put your vote and commoditize your vote and put a value to it, you have mortgaged your future. I come believing that the delegates will be worried about the future of their lives, the future of their children. I present myself as that firebrand, that catalytic power source that will create that opportunity where this country will realize that, yes, indeed, you have young men. In Cross River today, I have the garment factory, a pharmaceutical factory, a rice factory, a cocoa factory, a vegetable oil factory, Kalachika. I have a feed processing mill, and the list is endless. I have done so because I know job creation is at the basis of the peace and unity of this nation. I present myself in the absence of trying to impress you with how much money, but I present myself as somebody who have shown capacity, and I hope to show that capacity at the national level. God bless us all as I charge your conscience to vote for the future of this country and not vote for the pocket of today. Thank you and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Senator Ben Ayade, thank you for your very illuminating speech. I'd now like to call on His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi, the Executive Governor of Ebonyi, to make his presentation.
APC! Your Excellency, our dear President, President Muhammadu Buhari, and your dear wife, the mother of the nation. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Vice President Semi Osibanjo, Your Excellency, the President of Senate, Ahmed Lawan, Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the FME, the Chairman of our great party APC, and former Governor of Nasarawa State, dear Adamu Abdullahi, and all the working committee members of APC, my colleagues, the governors, our dear delegates, my dear brothers and sisters. Your Excellency, Mr. President, let me first thank you very highly for being the first president in Nigeria to allow a party-free and fair presidential contest. It is the first of its kind in Nigeria. And I want to thank the party chairman and the committee that organized this beautiful convention. And I want to say that you have done very well. When people were very highly apprehensive about the success of this convention, I told them that APC has what is called a self-cleansing velocity. Today we are here, and let me pledge that whatever is the outcome of this convention, I will abide by it. And let me say that I put myself forward as a man who has proven his indices of all the developmental indices that the country Nigeria needs. I have been able to prove that you can do quite a lot with little resources. I have been able to bring Ebonyi State to compete with other states of the nation, irrespective of the date and time. That at a time like this, we should give an opportunity to a proven engineer. I'm a professional engineer, and I have proved it in Ebonyi State. In the area of agriculture, I can say that I am part and parcel of feeding this nation, Nigeria. In the area of health, I can say that I have the best medical facilities in the whole of Nigeria. In the whole area of education, it is quite evident what I have done in the area of education. In security, in the area of national unity, I can say that I have proven the power that I need to put my people, the Southeast people, in the mainstream of the affairs of this country. And that is the reason why I joined APC. I want APC delegates to look towards me and know that they have a young man who has the capacity, who has the ability, who has the wisdom, and who has the divine calling to improve on all that our dear president has done for our country. I urge you to give me your votes. I urge you to look through all the promises we have made. Nigeria in 2023 will not be looking at promises. They are going to be looking at your past performances and what we've been able to achieve. And I have a lot to campaign for APC with. So I thank you very much, and I have great faith in God and in you that we do the right thing, and give me your votes. God bless you, and God sustain you, and congratulations to all APC members. APC! Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We've just listened to His Excellency Engineer Dave Umahi, the Executive Governor of Abuja. Thank you, thank you. We'll now like to call on a gentleman who was the youngest ever Speaker of the House of Representatives of Nigeria at the age of just 37 then. Honorable His Excellency Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, who would now come and make his presentation.
Mr. President, General Muhammadu Buhari and his lovely wife, the chairman of our great party, please allow me to stand on existing protocol. Mr. President, about 60 years ago, some of our elders in this country decided to look for fine gentlemen like you. All of Nigeria went through one of the worst periods of its time, just to show that those fine gentlemen were the best we ever produced. Some of them sacrificed their lives for us to be here today. Mr. President, you are one of those gentlemen. Today you are about to find out who your successor is. And I go by the genre, there is no success without succession. You have done your best over the last 7 years. It's time for someone else to move the nation forward. As an economist, I do have an idea that this is all about economy, economy, economy. Without solving that, we will never solve the security problem. Without solving that, we will never solve the power problem. It's just that we don't have enough time for me to talk about the power probe which I launched when I was Speaker. A major problem we have today that you have managed to solve for us is that of Boko Haram in the Northeast. I understand that for the past 20 years of this country, we have left local governments mostly ungoverned. Today, we have a different type of government in some of those ungoverned areas, and they are collecting taxes in they're collecting taxes in form of kidnappings and the rest of it. Almost 20% of our budget is spent on local governments. It's about time that we begin to negotiate with our governors to make sure that the institution of local government becomes a serious part of our system. Without that, we cannot solve the problem of primary education and primary health. These are the major problems that we need to face in our country. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria may not be able to understand fully what's happening in different local governments, but he can bring about strong institutions as far as we need them in this country. Well, Mr. President, as a younger person, I proved to this nation, with my colleagues in the National Assembly at that time, at a critical time in our nation, that it's possible for younger people to handle critical situations when we brought about the doctrine of necessity that actually saved the dignity of one of our former presidents and actually allowed our country to move forward. Mr. President, thank you. Again, I say there is no success without succession. As a former military officer myself, I truly hope that our party and delegates will consider the lives of those young men standing in all parts of Nigeria, making sure that Boko Haram and the rest of them do not take us to pieces. Thank you, and God bless all of you. And of course, I would accept a line with anyone that wins tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. He said one more thing. APC! You're not shouting. We move to the next four. And we want to appeal to you, please, to stick to the 2 minutes. Our next four aspirants, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, His Excellency Senator Ibikula Amosu, His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi, and His Excellency Senator Ken Nnamani. Please come to the podium. Hello.
Hey!
Ita baba Buhari janar ce, Buhari karshen zance. Rarara kenan, jami'ar hakan nan dan ka hutu da shi kenan. Wasu ma sun ce rarara ya mutu wai shi kenan. Rarara na nan, dan gani ina wakar nan. Mutuwa tilasta in lokaci ya zo shi kenan. Lokaci na bai ba, in yayi ba zan zauna ba. Ce ba dan wawa ba, bai ci kudin nefa ba, kuma bai ci kudin fansho ba. Hukumar kiɗan kashin gwiwar kura, ta wata iya da ta zarce tsara, har gobarar biya son tara. Na gode, zabo da zabuwa don yin kura aya. Kankara don kin sanyi, ita kartaɓo wajen ɗauka nauyi, riba ga masu katin su koyi. Sansanin mata yayi, ta jam'iyyu ina wata bakewa. Ni ban ga wadda za ku karawa ba, lemar su wai ta yage ɗan ba, kuma ban ga mai zaren dinkewa ba. Kayan gwari ba abinci
Let's put our hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful, anytime, any day. To come with what we should expect for them if they are elected as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the aspirants have been talking to us. I'd like to go on the list. Next is His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, former Governor of Akwa Ibom State, immediate past Minister, Niger Delta. Let's put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen.
APC progress, Mr. President, the First Lady, the Vice President, Senate President, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, the Governors, my colleagues, the presidential aspirants, ladies and gentlemen, and our dear delegates. My name is Godswill Akpabio, Commander of the Order of the Niger. I am standing in front of you as one of those with great aspirations to become President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But however, I do not know the year. As a student of history, I want to let you know that the All Progressives Congress came to birth through very strong alliance between the then ACN in the southwest and the CPC in the north. Today I want to thank the progressive governors of northern Nigeria, southern region of Nigeria. It is on that note that I do not want to speak much. But I want to say that the decision is laudable. Mr. President, I'm going to make a statement. I hope my supporters are listening. I hope my delegates are listening. To have first class in Radcliffe University, after she delivered the lecture on the convocation day, a mischievous pressman asked her a question and said, "My dear, congratulations, but what do you think could be worse than being blind?" And the child answered, "To have sight and no vision." To have sight and no vision. Today, I urge all our delegates to look at all of us and bring out a man amongst us that does not only have sight, but also has vision. It was that sight that enabled me. It was that vision that enabled. I'm standing in front of you. I would have run this race on the basis of my track record. But having taken cognizance of the history of the APC, good governance in Lagos State, and also to have the development we have in Lagos State today. So, Mr. President, I would have delivered as the governor that turned boys into men. I would have said, yes, indeed, I would have done so. But I don't have to do so by being president. I will join the next president. Vote for Asuwaju Ahmed Tinubu, the 93 delegates from Akwa Ibom, the hundreds of delegates across Nigeria, our current president, and we will support him. I will be there supporting him. I urge you, vote for Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Senator Akpabio has stepped down for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So,
Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, please let me now rest on all the established protocols. Distinguished delegates, I'm here tonight. My name is Senator Ibikunle Amosun. I am from Ogun State. I'm here tonight to let you know that I did not just present myself to be president of this country. I present myself because I know firms, and that is one, security, the other one, economy. Of course, there are 6 sub-themes. Our security in Nigeria, we have challenges, but I know there is no problem that is insurmountable. I know that we can resolve these security challenges. We all know what was happening in the Northeast. And now in Northeast, Boko Haram is not the Nigerians of our dream. This is not what our forebears planned Nigeria to be. And if you look at where we are today, we can improve on our economy. Our economy will be such that our younger ones, look at the millions of people that are aged between maybe 20, 25 to 12 for them. A nation that do not cater for its younger ones who have security challenges. So those are one of those things that I plan to do. Look at our education. Our education when we were growing up was never like this. We were not running to London, to Europe, to America to read. We read in this Nigeria. All our children now, once you can afford it, you run away from Nigeria to go and educate them. That was 1,000 to about 15,000, and maybe within the next 2 years to 30,000. And it's just generation. We must, as we are generating, we must transmit. And as we are transmitting, we must distribute. Look at Nigeria. Look at our health sector. We are lucky. God was on our side when COVID struck. That Nigeria will survive it, that we will not be picking dead bodies on our streets, is to the glory of God Almighty. But we can do better. This is Nigeria. This is the giant of Africa. This is the giant of the black race we have. Is overshadowing this beautiful work that this administration is doing. We will concentrate on our infrastructure. In a scenario where from Lagos to Abeokuta, it will take you several hours to do. Thank God now with the railways that is happening, but we will improve on that. Again, from Damaturu to Enugu to Owode to everywhere in Nigeria, we must be able to move from one place to another area, and that is what it will be. We are going to go on massive nation building. Genuine one at that, we must do. Look at our agriculture. Agriculture that will lead us to food security. A nation that can't feed itself is no nation. And we have to thank President Muhammad Buhari for coming up with the cliche that we must eat what we grow and we must grow what we eat. There's a lot that can be said. Look at our infrastructure, I've talked about that. Look at our infrastructure, I've talked about that. Look at agriculture, I've talked about that. Look at technology. We should not be left behind. We should participate. If we are left behind, if we don't participate, we'll be left behind. Nigeria should be a technology-driven nation. Now let me end this address by saying that our greatest gift, our greatest resource in Nigeria is the human capital. If with all these our younger ones, with all what Almighty, but having said all this, let me now say this. First, I want to thank my brother that just spoke. Now, in the spirit of consensus building, in the spirit of the supremacy of our party, and most importantly, to hearken to the call of Mr. President and our people back home. For me, there's nowhere that is not home. But in where we find ourselves as a nation today, thank you for your patriotism. Thank you for believing in Nigeria. That is the way it should be. I want to urge all my supporters. I want to urge all of you that believe in me that we have somebody that can do the job. We will all rally around him to do the job. And it's no stranger to me. We have been together for quite some time. And that is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed. So I believe with your support, with all of us coming together to support him.
Another of our leaders has stepped down again for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Jagaban Bogu, APC. We're going to move on now as we call again on one of our brightest and the best, the governor of Ekiti State, our brother, our leader, Governor Kayode Fayemi.
President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Haji Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, Abdullahi Adamu, most distinguished Senate President and Mr. Speaker, my brother governors who are here, distinguished leaders of our party, distinguished delegates. Our gathering here today in the city of Abuja represents an important milestone in the history of our great party and of our beloved country's democratic advancement. In coming together from the four corners of Nigeria, where we and progress. Today, Mr. President, Nigerians at home and abroad are watching as we make an all-important decision about who will be the standard bearer of our party for the 2023 presidential elections, to build on your numerous legacies of achievement and also address the current challenges that we have. I have been honored, Mr. President, that on December 10, 2014, I was in this very historic position that my brother, the governor of Imo State, is today as the chairman of the Special Convention and Presidential Primaries at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos, in which you emerged as the candidate of our party for the 2015 election, an election that you went on to win, and one that you did tackling our challenges. And I think the most critical challenge that you have tackled is to ensure that our country has not disappeared into the abyss. Because if it had continued along the trajectory that it was going in 2014, 2015, we probably would not have a country called Nigeria again today for own term in office. And it is a historic duty and an opportunity for you to preside over the process of electing your successor in office. That is the process we are starting here today, in government and as a citizen for many years. We know that it is only in unity and in cohesion that we can really meet our manifest destiny. That destiny that Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa spoke of in 1960, to build on the labor of our heroes past, to ensure that we focus on security, that we focus on our economy, that we focus on our social security, and that we focus on addressing poverty, addressing inequality, addressing corruption, addressing impunity in order to build a better society. We must focus on empowering our women, on providing jobs, particularly for our youth, and in ensuring that we retool our armed forces and security services in order for them to do a better job for the work that they've been doing at the various subnational levels. we must continue to do that work. And our brothers from the Northern Governors Forum of APC have led by example by proposing to party members that the next candidate of our party, and by God's grace, the next president of our country, must come from the South, the most appropriate person at this time to do this job. I am prepared to sacrifice my ambition to be the president of Nigeria. I am a young man. I still have a long time. Shoulder to shoulder, a mentor, an elder, a supporter of mine, and a great fighter for democracy and Nigeria that I would love to recommend to all my supporters, all my delegates, starting from the 48 delegates in Ekiti State to all my supporters across the length and breadth of the country, is that you please accord me the respect to offer the support you are giving me to my elder brother, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Job well, and we shall support him in delivering services to the greater majority of Nigerians. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless all Progressive Congress. God bless the Federal Republic. Thank you. APC.
Thank you very much. Another aspirant has stepped down for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said he's young, withdrawn from the race, but will also speak to us on why, just come and talk to us. Senator Ken Inabani has withdrawn, but he's here. So he's already. So ladies and gentlemen, Senator Ken Inabani, former Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Your Excellency, our governors here present, members of National Working Committee of APC, distinguished delegates, let me stand on the existing protocol. APC stands on three tripods: justice, peace, and unity. The theme of my short presentation will lie on justice. Justice does not have for another convention. On that March 26, all the offices which were contested for were based on zoning principle. Zoning principle is synonymous with federal character in the Nigerian Constitution. It helps to give all the sections, all the offices held in the South were moved up north. Today's convention suddenly had changed. It's no longer based on the zoning principle. I would suggest very strongly that we take a second look at the Nigerian Constitution, the area that concerns the federal character, which gives all parts of a monopoly of experts. I think that the federal character plays a role in building the other arm of our party, which we call unity. I will recommend very strongly that we take, because if we throw everything open, it implies removing the federal character from our constitution, and it will not be nice. So the same spirit with which our northern governors have shown by purpose and unity of action, Now, our brothers in the south, because there are 3 zones in the south, southeast and southwest, and south-south. They should reciprocate. They should reciprocate the same sense of experts. If we look deep enough, we'll find people who can give our country strong leadership in all the zones. So while I commend the party, but let the party not abandon what is started. The party should maintain that justice, peace, and unity. To do anything different this time around. Consistency matters. So I am told that if we maintain this singular principle, we will enjoy an untold peace and harmony. And one of the greatest or abiding principle or legacy that the sectors of Nigeria, because we have over 40 million members, and if all of them can come out with their PVC and vote, no other party can match APC. I thank you for your audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Mr. President and your lovely wife, again, I stand on existing protocols. At this moment, I would also like to, I hereby withdraw for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You didn't hear what he said. He said he also wants to grow old. So he's stepping down for his father. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Can you call the next, Andy, the next set?
Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol as I then invite the next set of 4 aspirants that will be addressing this august gathering. I'd like to invite Your Excellency Alhaji Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, to please make your way to the podium. We also want to invite Pastor Tunde Bakari of Lateran Ministries International. And the 4th person is Your Excellency Right Honorable Rotimi Chibike Amechi, former Governor of Rivers State and immediate past Minister of Transportation. Can the 4 of you please make your way to the podium for your speeches as aspirants? Let's have some light music from the DJ just as to make their way to the podium. Your Excellency Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, former Minister of Science, Technology and Digital Economy, Pastor Tunde Bakari of Lateran Ministries International, and Your Excellency Right Honorable Rotimi Chibike Amechi, former Governor of Rivers State and immediate past Minister of Transportation. Could the 4 of you please make your way here? Thank you very much. Already, without much ado, His Excellency Alhaji.
Mr. President, Her Excellency, our mother, the First Lady, the Vice President, Honorable the Senate President, and the Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. In that convention at that time, I pleaded for national unity. I pleaded for consensus that will help and stabilize our party. And for all these years, I'm an advocate of consensus. And just feel and at the zone. During that convention, I also beg for consensus. We had 78 positions to contest for, and at the end, the aspirants are brought about by the decision of my colleagues, the northern governors, that power must shift to the south.
I accepted that position then, and I stand by it now. For that reason, I wish to thank all the delegates here, all my supporters, for the wonderful job they have done throughout our campaign. And we are trained to know that what is destined for you must come to you. What is not destined for you is never yours. For this reason, I want to reconfirm my withdrawal from this race and invite all my supporters.
Thank you very much. You heard it. Governor Badaru of Jigawa State has stepped down for. But before I move on, we have with us
and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the chairman of our party, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think I am for democracy and I am for progress of our party. I have made up my mind at this point to step down for a great leader.
Okay, so that was Senator Ajayi Borafis, who has also stepped down. We move on now to our 14th aspirant, and this time, His Excellency, former Governor of Abia State, His Excellency, Mr.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, our First Lady, the Vice President, our National Chairman, party leaders, distinguished delegates. I decided to run for president of our dear nation, Nigeria, because done by previous leaders of our dear nation, to make Nigeria a truly great nation. Nigeria was created by God to be a great nation, a nation that all other nations will respect and all Nigerians will be proud of, a nation that will be in a position on importation into Nigeria of all the things that we need, and then we can export the surplus so as to ensure that our currency, the naira, regains the strength that it used to have before. This naira used to be stronger than the dollar, and it can still be achieved. We want, I believe very strongly, that using science, technology, and innovation, and encouraging entrepreneurship, helping to ensure that all Nigerians are educated, and in the interim, to offer free education to all Nigerians, especially nations that have ignorant people as their citizens. But this education that we are talking about will be different from what we have now. This education will now be influenced by science, technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. I believe that one day Nigeria should be ranked in the stature of countries like the United States of America and China. That is why I decided to run for president, and also to make sure that we build a nation in which every Nigerian will be very happy to be a citizen. To our economy, to science, technology, and innovation within 2 years. We are doing less than 0.5% today. And we'll be creating a 1 trillion naira fund for job creation, because we need to create jobs for Nigerian youth. They need to be kept busy so that we can solve the problems we have with security, with all the problems that we have, whether in the health, whether in education, whether in industry. All this can be solved if we apply this directly, in our development. I also will want us to establish a ministry of national unity and values that will bring back the values that made this country very great. That ministry will ensure that we'll bring in discipline into our country, because once you discipline a society, you will now have progress and so on. There is some appeal that I want to make. Actual preparation for it, the initial bringing people together, nurturing them, and so on. And even up to the point that I paid for the money that was used to register APC. I would like to say that the motto of APC is justice. You have peace and you have unity. And we must uphold that motto, because wherever you have justice, you will have peace. And the way you have peace, you will have prosperity. And I say this because I believe very strongly that Mr. President, who has done so well, we know his achievements. Many people don't even know it. But those of us who served under him, we know it. Now, Mr. President will be completing his tenure by 29th of May next year. I think, naturally, it should be somebody from the Southeast. I'm not saying this because I'm from the Southeast. Somebody from the Southeast that will now replace him. And that will give the opposite of South versus North and Christian versus Muslim. And it will bring stability to our nation. It will strengthen the unity of Nigeria. And I believe that this should have been done. And I personally, 23 years ago, I made a personal sacrifice when there were 3 parties, and I held the presidential ticket of one of the 3. But I had to let it go in order to solve a problem in the Southwest, to make sure that 2 Olus contested for the presidency. That head or tail, one will become a president. And that brought down tension in the country. 8 years as vice president. Well, can you, at the South, they have 8 years vice president and president. Where is the justice? Where is the justice? Where is the justice? We need to do what is right. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless our party. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Dr. Ogbonna Onu. Moving on very quickly, Your Excellency is very distinguished. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to then invite Pastor Tunde Bakare of the Latter Rain Assembly International. Pastor Tunde Bakare, sir.
The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, SAN, GCON, the APC Chairman, distinguished Senator Abdullahi Adamu, our very own delegates from every local government in Nigeria, invited guests and observers, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the well-established existing protocol. Wherever you may be now, may I respectfully ask you to maintain a complete silence, whether you are standing us sitting for a moment for the victims of KOKO. May we please remain silent in honor of these fallen heroes. May their souls rest in peace. God forbid that we lead without being compassionate and being sensitive to the pain of our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, and our dear delegates, thank God that I have a living witness in this arena tonight. 11 years ago, on January 15, 2011, I received a call from the then General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, inviting me to be his running mate in the 2011 presidential elections on the platform of the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, one of the predecessors of our great party, the All Progressive Congress. In convincing me to accept his invitation, despite my initial hesitation, our leader, now President Muhammadu Buhari, said to me that he chose me because, having examined my records and trajectory, he was convinced that should the need arise, he could confidently hand Nigeria to my care, assured that I could hold the nation together. Mr. President, dear delegates, the time is now and the hour has come. Tonight, I'm not here to step down for anyone of the delegates as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Dear delegates, as we converge in our nation's capital to collectively take a historic step towards the realization of a nation that works, I recall again with nostalgic feelings the very day APC was born in this same Eagle Square on February 6, 2013. It was my privilege to move the motion for the merger that brought APC. I'm going to nurture this party to ensure that it becomes strong, to ensure that it becomes great. Please allow me. Today, I'm offering myself to close the distance between the Nigerian reality and every Nigerian dream. I will, by God's grace, unlock the power of public policy to accelerate the transformation of our nation. I will infuse our young people with a surge of hope for what is possible. I will lead the most intergenerational administration in our nation. I will roll my sleeves up and work to solve Nigeria's most intractable problem in order to build a cutting-edge nation at the forefront of innovation. By the grace of God, the four pillars upon which I will run the administration are peace. Without peace, there cannot be progress. Peace, progress, prosperity, and possibility. And someone may be asking me today, the system, it is time to raise a new generation, a new breed without greed, a radical opposition to corruption, men and women, boys and girls who choose to win by righteousness. Many of these contestants, time will tell when EFCC is after them. By the grace of the living God, we do not need just experience, we need a genius. A genius is a man who does the right thing the first time without precedent. I praise God for General Buhari, our president, and everyone in leadership today. But to take our nation forward, we need more than experience, we need genius. Listen to me. Many have gone left, right, visiting the delegates, inducing some of them with money, but we sat and we reached all the delegates without traveling anywhere, by bulk SMS, by robot, because we want a cutting-edge nation that will be in the forefront of science and technology that will move our nation far away from relying just on oil to infuse this energy. This is why I'm here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Tunde Bakare. We're moving on now. The next four will be Senator Rochas Okorocha, Pastor Nicholas Felix, Mr. Jack Rich, and His Excellency Governor Yaya Bello. But in the meantime, it's now time to call on Minister of Transportation, the Lion of the Niger Delta, the Right Honorable Rotimi Chibuke Amechi.
You want to bamba? You want to cheat with the big boys? Now you the wrong, kitty, you the wrong, get enough, drink with a drop cup.
It's all right, it's all right. Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and your dear lovely wife. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and your dear lovely wife. The President of the Senate, I will not forget to recognize my dear lovely wife. Your Excellency, my name is Chibike Rotimi Amechi. Your Excellency and the delegates, I just turned 57. I may not this house for a minute silence for all those who died in our war and those who died in the course of the train terrorism and all others who have died in the course of insecurity. May their soul and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God. Your Excellency, I want this debate or discussion or campaign to be about our referendum, to be a referendum on our performance. Your Excellency, I am the most experienced of all the candidates. Your Excellency and Nigerians, I was elected Speaker twice. After that, Your Excellency, I became the Governor of Rivers State. And I served for 2 terms. Your Excellency, after serving for 2 terms, in the course of my service to my colleagues as Speaker, as Governor, I was elected the Chairman of Governors Forum twice. Your Excellency, by your grace and the grace of God, you appointed me the Minister for Transportation. Again, I served as. Your Excellency, the first Nigerian in the history book of Nigeria to have, in conjunction with others, not alone, led a campaign that removed the sitting government to bring in the opposition. Everybody in the party will attest to the fact that I, Chibike Rotimi Amechi, worked very hard, sleepless nights, to ensure with others that Nigerians elected our dear president. Your Excellency, while serving as the Governor of Rivers State, I got Rivers State government to build between 300 and 150 health centers, for which every patient was treated free of charge. When we say free of charge, the Rivers State government paid for all patients at the end of the month. Your Excellency, the River State government employed 400 new doctors. By the time I was leaving government, we had 600 doctors. We bought 600 cars for the 600 doctors as a way of retaining their services in River State. The economy was such a huge economy when I became the governor of River State. We built 500 roads, we built 300 to 500 health centers, primary schools. We built 150 health centers. We built power. And we employed people. We invested in agriculture. We had a Songhai farm. And by the time we were leaving government, crime had reduced. Insecurity had reduced. Kidnapping had reduced. My expectation, sir, is that all those who have come here to speak, railway was moribund. Today, there is railway from Itape to Warri. Today, there is railway from Lagos to Ibadan. Today, there is railway from Abuja to Kaduna. Today, work is ongoing from deep seaport in Nigeria, and it is located at Lekki. It was started by this government, and it will be concluded in September. So please, delegates, assess us by our contributions. Don't assess us by how much we bring here. Because if it's by how much we bring here, ask all of us, what is our source of revenue? What is our source of income? How did we get this money? The problem of the Nigerian state is all of us. Nigerian politicians will come here and talk to you and talk to you and bring out money. 4 years after, they will repeat the same thing and we'll believe them. Don't vote for me if I lie to you. Don't vote for me that there is a need to move forward, to come forward to provide service to the country, to ask Nigerians to hire me and to fire me if I can't deliver. He said 10 minutes more. Thank you very much. If you vote for me, I shall do the following. The first thing is that you need to create an economy that will create employment. Ask all politicians who are telling you they will create employment to tell you how. These delegates must use that word, how will you do this? The Nigerian economy moved from agrarian economy to service economy. I shall bring it back to agrarian economy, to industrialization and production. If we don't produce, crime will continue its job. We will rebuild our universities to become a place of learning. And the first policy, when you elect me, there will be rule of law, law and order. Anybody who commits crime will be punished for committing crime. People will not challenged by God, challenged by your conscience, and put their money in your pocket and vote for Chibike Rotimi Amechi. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That was Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi, the Lion of the Niger Delta. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I call for his own remark. The next aspirant, His Excellency, the former Governor of Imo State, Senator Owele Anayo Rochas Ok.
Ololaje ni Asake.
Ọmọlógo kò ní sófò, gbogbo ìṣòro rẹ̀ ọ̀tá ní òkò, ẹnu ẹ̀ ò ní gbẹ ò ní mọ́fò, ọmọ yìí kò ọpọlọ lè fi ń gbé.
Thank you. My paper, my paper. I'm here to sing a new song. I'm not here to sing an old song. If we keep doing this politics the same old way, we shall be getting the same old result. Your Excellency, Mr. President, my President, Madam President, Vice President, Because if this convention has taken place when it was scheduled to take place on the 30th, I wouldn't have been here with you because I was somewhere in detention. But thank God Almighty that God in His infinite mercy saw us postpone this convention. Hence I'm here, and I'm here to address you. I'm not privileged to be one of those who made the list of preferred candidates of this country, who depends on the people to be elected, and for the people as my strength, and for the people to serve. The people are my strength in this case. I'd like to remind all of us again that power is a trust which can only be justified when you, I want to say to you, you must search your conscience. If possible, make phone calls back to your family and ask them, what must I do with the vote that I have? Lest you go back. I have covenant with God Almighty that when He blesses me, I shall bless others. And when He gives me, I must share with those who do not have. Because on my own, I can do nothing. But I can do all things through God who gives me strength. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, my insistence in politics, after my traverse in politics, having formed this party, the APC, I have every reason to quit politics. But when I remember the poor, the widows, the sick, the needy, and I'm not in this presidency for primitive accumulation of wealth. I'm not here to buy cars or buy aircraft. I'm not here for anything. I'm here for one thing: to save the lives of the numerous poor Nigerians while uniting this nation. Nigeria must hear me out. Today, with sentiments, let me tell you, all this dramatic political jingoism which is going on here does not address the matter before us. I don't want anyone to step down for me. If you can step down the sufferings of the masses of Nigeria. I'm qualified. In the sitting senator, I have experience in the legislature. I have this experience in all aspects of our nation. So to you, my delegates, thank God that this power today is not in the hand of the high and mighty. It's in your hand. I don't know what they may have told you. I don't know what they must have said to you. You must think twice before you cast this vote. Because when you go back, while in poverty and anger and hunger, well, I will. I don't say I will, I say I have done it. Listen, let me be boastful for the first time. I'm the commander of free education who saw children not going to school, provided school for them. Arawancin Nigeria kusararen tukuna. Atopia nana sen na so ku senche war ba ku de wani maso yi when they are pirochas. Na so ku musu tambe da tukuna. Duk mesuliman takra shugaban kasan nan. Wallahi billahi lazi. Basu se masalan arewa ba basu sen dare ku masu tambe da. Me kun taba yi ma arewa. Yanzu wato an zo siyasa sai ku tashi sai kuna hau koina a ce a baku Korea. Ku yi mai da Korean ba ku sai mutum da ba sai yanzu. Yodara ce ka ku yada. Umunem dibom afumuru Russias uka agbara agba isi ka eji ekwe ya. Onye mara asu ya so n'ikwe. Let me say this, and don't tell anybody anywhere.
The truth is, everyone contesting this election today is government that made them. None of them made wealth before government. So if they give you money, it's government money. But Rochas was Rochas before politics. I have the business acumen to create wealth, and I can create wealth. My people, my paper. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the former governor of Imo State. Okay, thank you.
Great Nigeria youth, greatest of the greatest Nigeria youth. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Your Excellency, I am 40 years old. First of all, let me thank the President for signing the Not Too Young to Run law bill, which gave me the opportunity in 2008, when I was just 37 years old, to run for president. When I came out, everybody said, nobody knows you, you won't win. And nobody thought it would happen. It was then I knew that dreams can still come to pass in Nigeria. It was then I knew that the son of a nobody can still become somebody in Nigeria. It was then I knew that the son of a retired civil servant whose pension is just 9,000 naira a month can still become somebody in Nigeria. With that effort, I decided to come the second time under this great platform, the All Progressive Congress. I have traveled to several states. I have met youths. I have spoken to you. Like every other person, I was going to be discouraged, but I refused to be discouraged. I said I must stand to represent the youth. After a while, going through the record, like the sons of Issachar, I understand the time that we are in. I understand that we must put personal interests aside. I understand we must think about the people who are dying every day. We must think about those who have just been killed. I understand that we must think about the youth. After careful consideration, I looked at it. If you look at it very carefully, we have the north from the north and the south. Nigerians are divided into two religions. We have East Muslim and Christian. I grew up with Muslim, wonderful people. Many of them are my friends, but we cannot have a Muslim and Muslim ticket in this election. And that's why I have decided to step down and throw my full support to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Listen to me, all my delegates, many of you I spoke to you one-on-one, many of you Yemi Osinbajo. I have come to throw my full weight. I have come to support him. God bless the youth of Nigeria. God bless the All Progressive Congress. God bless Nigeria. I'll see you on the other side of victory.
Thank you very much. So another step down, this time for His Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I want to thank my president, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some time ago in 2017, I was here, right here, at the Eagle Square, to organize Nigerian youth, both Muslims and Christians, to organize prayer for my president, to organize prayer for this great nation. Because I said, as a little orphan boy who lost his parent at a young age, when I was just a teenager, we can't afford to keep losing our president. And on the stage, to speak to Nigerians again, to thank these wonderful youths that came down here and organized a prayer session with me,
to pray for this great country. Again, thank you, God. Thank you, the youth of this great nation. I am the sixth child of my late parents' children. My mother was a brilliant woman who died when she was 42. I was 10 years old.